Hello everybody, welcome to Race 6 in the NASCAR Nationwide Series here at Nashville Super Speedway. 75 laps, 98% difficulty, first time ever at the Nashville Super Speedway for us. As you may recall, a few races ago, we discussed how I ran the fairgrounds, the short track, not the Super Speedway, in the early 2000s when I raced the Busch Series. So, first time at this track. Tell you what, we're not too hot right now. We're running with one of the expert setups that came with the track, and we are tight. Tried to loosen it up just a tick before the race, and we took a little grill tape off too. And it seemed to not really, they kind of counterbalance each other. The only difference really was that we weren't running as hot. Oh wow, we're pushing up on the 01, trying to let this bottom lane go. Sorry, Curtis. I saw Burton come into my mirror, and then Brian Clausen just kind of followed them, so we ended up pushing Curtis Davis up the track. So we fall back to 19th. Trying to be a little light on the accelerator. We are projected to be able to go 75 laps on fuel. We have 73 to go. So it is going to be close on the fuel mileage. And also, it seems like tires do not like this racing surface, for this version of the track anyway. Come into this race, the point leader by 108 over Carl Edwards. And something you may have noticed too, we have run the same car roster, whatever you want to call it, the last couple races. I would like to say that I was going to keep the rosters, trying to keep them as close to real life for the Nationwide Series like we do with the Cup Series, but trying to remember the drivers' names, who was in what, it was just starting to become very agitating and very aggravating. So we are just running with this car set that we ran at Bristol for the rest of the season. Sorry if that, upsets or disappoints anybody, but just for sanity and my own quality of life purposes, this just is easier. And trying to get 96 races in before the 07 season's done is just a lot of work, and just kind of had to make a executive decision there. But in our Discord, there is a lot of stuff going on. We're probably gonna, if we don't already have it, I mean, by the time you hear this, obviously a lot of this will already have come to fruition, but we're probably gonna have a rumor mill, I think, in there as well, which would be kind of fun, because we've been kind of, Says and 2K, we've all been kind of doing, like, just chatting and whatnot, and in our own little chat we have. And something that we have, I also did mention, was I would like to, have some sponsorship from other YouTube channels, and we got a yellow, but advertising other people's channels, so that way, they can get some attention too, and we can, everyone build each other up type of community. But we got our first caution of the day here on, well, it says caution, just not telling me what lap, but we got 68 to go, so looks like it was probably something with Larry Gunselman, because he hasn't crossed the line yet. They may or may not pit. We can go 74. We got 68 left. They are pitting. Let's go 2 tires. Let's do the pit stop, and then we'll cut to see what happened and brought the caution out.
Pit road is open.
Where did we start? We started
45
towards the middle. We're running a different reshade filter for the night races. I think I mentioned doing something like that before. And it's got a lot more bloom or flare to it. So it's a little hard to see, but it looks good on the cars while no one's taking tires. Why are they not at least taking 2? Well, that just boned us. I thought they were at least taking tires. Well, that might have actually helped us in the long haul if we have better tires, so. Alright, so let's go take a look at the replay and get back so we can get to green flag racing. Alright, we're going to slow it down. We're going to follow Larry Gunselman here. Him, Mike Harmon, and Dario Franchitti going into turn 1 here. And Larry runs high. Franchitti's there. Mike Bliss looks like he's trying to get under Dario. And as that happens, it looks like he actually gets touched by Bliss. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, it shoots him straight up. And then he catches Gunselman here. And slides him up into the wall. Does he come back down and hit anybody? I don't believe so. Is the caution already out? No, the caution's not already out. So, oh, no, now it's out. But no one else is spinning, so it just took a little bit. Amazingly, nobody else actually got involved. As we tend to do, go on ride on board with Eric McClure here, see what he sees. Yeah, there's the touch, there's the clip, there's the hit. And everyone just gets around him. Alright, so we are getting ready to go green flag racing here. And everyone's on the lead lap. Let me make sure I'm out of 4th gear. So it looks like we're restarting in 23rd. I think we were like 18th or 19th when we went in, so we did lose a couple spots, but I didn't see people taking tires, so some probably did, some didn't. Maybe none did, who knows. But we are good to go to the finish. And the green flag is back out. Stanton Barrett's got some damage. So one would assume that Stanton Barrett was probably in that replay y'all just saw. Curtis, be nice. I know I wasn't nice earlier, but please don't wreck me. And just in case anybody thinks that I forgot about Carl Edwards, no, I have not forgot about Carl Edwards. I will probably let it go for this race, only because I would like to just kind of spend this race trying to get as much green flag racing in as possible. So the last thing I want to do is really create a caution, because I'm just trying to become familiar with the track, because it takes, you know, 3 or 4 trips to a track before I'm really comfortable with it if I haven't raced it, you know, before ever, or any version of it in any type of capacity. This is literally the first laps I've ever been racing at Nashville Super Speedway, so Mexico will be another one of those blind tracks. I'm not very familiar with Canadian Tire Park. I think I ran it once in a NASCAR heat game, but we will get Carl Edwards back. I wouldn't. Speaking of getting back, we're working our way back there. Someone just blew up there, so that might have actually been, ah, damn it. As I said, if he wrecks the field, that actually might have been our saving grace. Is that Morgan? Oh no, not Morgan Shepherd. He came down pit road right in front of us under that caution. So we get a little discombobulated back there. But we do have better tires than most of these cars, I feel like. So as long as we take it easy, I think that's probably too what could be throwing me off a little bit on my handling, having old lefts and new rights. So we just gotta probably let these tires come in, and I think we're gonna be 100% up for the challenge here.
Outside.
Maybe not so much the win,
Clear all around, all clear. Outside.
but
Still there.
wow, we are so lucky we cleared Eric McClure when we just slid up like that.
Clear all around, all clear.
I really thought I was gonna get my right rear hooked, and it wouldn't have been Eric's fault. I slid up the track. That was all on me. So just so I also have a mental note, I can always go back and watch this before we come back here again. That is the beauty of having the live commentary. When on these entries, I'm just probably putting 25% brake in for like just the smallest amount. Like right about where that black spot is, I'm letting off, tapping the brake a couple times and letting it roll in. And then I'm trying to see on the wall, probably about 2 away from the exit on those lights is when I'm starting to get back on the accelerator. Just trying to find some stuff right about the Pepsi sign. I'm letting off the accelerator going into 3 and 4. And again, about 1 before this big blue thing here. Getting back on it. So, kind of just trying to find some landmarks to get my dial in my marks. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, right before the Pepsi sign. I think that's a NASCAR nationwide sign. Start to let out. 1 light before that blue patch on the wall. Get back in. And it seems to be working. Maybe not from a time standpoint, but from a tire wear per standpoint, I feel like it's working. We're what, 32nd? Jeez, when did we fall back that far? I didn't realize we'd fallen that far back. We're 9 seconds behind the leader, Greg Biffle. They're 3 wide in front of us. Where are you going, Brian?
31, 2, 9.
Think Kenny might dive us? No.
Outside. Stay low.
Kenny Wallace, him and I've only ever, I think, had just the one run in, and that was in '07 at Vegas. Down the front straightaway.
Clear.
There we go. Had to kind of give it a little bit of oomph in the middle of the turn there to make sure we could clear Brian Kozlowski.
31, 3,
Tried a wide arch approach. Ooh, that felt really good. We actually were able to get on that about 3 lights away from the corner there. Weren't able to get around Marcus Ambrose, but I mean, obviously, if you could take the wider arch, you're gonna probably hit the apex better. That's probably a given. And time of this recording, it looks like actually we're gonna have a similar weird coincidence with the Sprint Cup race. Odds are I'll be doing that race, recording that race tomorrow, since it's a little bit later in the day today. And the nationwide race, they're at Martinsville, so I kind of have that on in the background. It's on mute, so you can't hear it in the mic, obviously, but we're racing Martinsville tomorrow in the Cup Series, and they're racing Martinsville at the Cup Series, so that probably will be the last time that happens. Unless, well, no, we could actually still run into a coincidence with Phoenix, I suppose, but I don't think I'll have gotten to that point in my season at that time frame by next Sunday. Hashtag go Chase Elliott. By this point, we would actually know, when you see this, who was the champ.
39, 2, 7.
I'm saying by the end of this Martinsville race, and I could be completely wrong, who knows, but we're gonna go through wide here actually. I want to give it a shot.
3 wide.
Miles will see what they do. Well, the top lane pretty much backs all the way out. That's good to know.
Clear.
I know Logano's going. I think Ross Chastain makes it to the final 4. I believe Chase Elliott will make the top 4. I think I obviously said Logano, obviously. I don't think Denny Hamlin makes the top 4, though. I think Byron will beat him out.
Stay low.
And I think Byron gets in actually probably by either winning or at least finishing second. I think it'll be a Chase Elliott, William Byron 1-2 finish. But I think Ross will probably get a top 10. Denny, I just don't think Denny's even going to get a top 15. The Toyotas haven't been running too good at Martinsville this weekend, so I don't think he's even going to get a top 15. I don't think he makes the final 4. I think it's going to be Byron, Logano, Elliott, and Chastain. But I've been saying Chastain since Vegas.
Clear all around, all clear. Side, inside.
Wow,
3 wide down the middle,
that was
outside.
kind of cool.
Clear all around, all clear.
Coleman tapped Franchitti and we all split. Let's see what happens 3 wide into turn 1. Top lane backs out. So that's a neat little trick I think we can use. We can force the top lane to back out and single it up, and then we can just go double file with them so we can still make that move. Gives that inside car or the middle car an advantage because we're not going to actually commit. Kind of a cheesy move, but we're running 27th. I'm not really overly concerned about cheesing the AI at this point. Oh, finishing that final 4 statement though, I think. Ooh, wow, Harmon. Or is that Harmon or is that Chapman in front of us? That's Chapman. Slowed up. Well, Harmon and Chapman. But yeah, I forget who's in the final 4 for the Truck Series, but Ambrose is scaring the crap out of me right there, so I'm just gonna let him go. Forget who's in the final 4 for the trucks, but I'm going Josh Berry for biased reasons in the Xfinity Series, and I really want to see Chase win the Cup Series championship, but for some reason I just feel like Ross Chastain, I did not touch either one of them. Just gonna go on the record and say that I didn't touch either one of them. I don't think I forced anybody down there either. I don't even think I was alongside Coleman when that happened, but no caution. But yeah, I think Ross Chastain's going to possibly have the pretty good chance of getting it, except for the fact that Denny, since he won't be in the final 4, he ain't going to care, so he might probably wreck Ross Chastain. So if Ross doesn't get it, I think Chase will. I don't think Logano will get it. And Byron hasn't been consistent enough this season for me, so I just hope AJ Allmendinger doesn't win anything. Like, I used to like AJ Allmendinger, but this past season I just don't like him. Just don't care for how, yeah, he's trophy hunting. And like at Coda, he was trophy hunting. And he decides to bump a guy who's trying to go for his first career win and has a shot to make the playoffs from it. Like, I get it, but then, you know, I was happy to see Ross just completely dump him. And I was glad that it didn't kill Bowman's finish. But anyway, more on what you're seeing now. Yeah, wow. Oh, there. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say I haven't even seen Coleman in last place yet, but now he's a lap down. I'm kind of curious if these guys are going to pit for tires.
Clear all around, all clear. 31, 3. Inside. 3 wide, side.
They did that weird wiggle thing like they did back here with Coleman and Ambrose. So I tried to move up to make sure that they didn't hook each other. Like I said earlier, I like staying green flag, especially on new tracks, so I can kind of learn all the little tricks about it, like this 3 wide trick. Going into turn 1, we just have to be present right till about there, and then we can back out of it. Whoa, we couldn't get out of it though. We had a little too much steam. I just looked like the biggest idiot on YouTube right now. Right there. Oh, that did not fare the way I thought it was going to. I started looking up in my mirror to watch when we had cleared the 84 Harmon, and I missed my mark going in and shot up into Franchitti a little there. That was not what I intended. Trying to reel back in Curtis Davis there. We wiggled a little bit on that entry. Starting to kind of extend my time on the throttle down the straightaways, like trying to just tweak my marks a little bit now to see if we can get a little bit more out of it. Get on the throttle a little earlier, getting off the throttle later, just so we can kind of perfect our line. And then when we come back here with CTS physics, it's going to be completely different more than likely, so. We got Mark Green in front of us here on the outside. I think Mark will probably just back out of it. Yeah, we can slide here. Thought Mark Green was going to still be there. I thought we might end up 3 wide. Push Kennington a little bit here, get him going. Wow, Curtis Davis really flew into that turn there.
Clear all around, all clear. Inside.
Leader is still Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle's got a dominating lead. He's out by 6 seconds over David Reagan. Having to use the brake a little bit more later in the run. I'm seeing. But I think it's because their tires are a little bit more worn than ours are. So I'm sure that's playing a role there.
Inside. Clear, clear. Side,
Curtis
side.
Davis made me nervous. Thought he was going to tag us.
Halfway this time. Still there.
We're 16 seconds back. So we're halfway through the race.
3 wide. Inside.
Wow, the zero car really killed our speed there.
Hold it right
Mike
here,
Potter.
inside, inside. Still there.
3 wide, we're like brushing the wall there.
Stay high.
Wow, Potter, what's wrong with
Still
him?
there.
He is so slow.
Clear, clear. 32.
Like felt like he was stopped.
Inside.
Yeah, stay on the bottom. Like,
Still there.
don't come back up here. You killed my momentum.
Still there.
I mean, if I had any, I guess. Not that I really have a ton of momentum. We're putzing right around right now in the 20s. Definitely not our greatest moment of racing,
Still
but
there. Stay high. Clear,
I like
clear.
the challenge.
31, 437, inside.
Oh,
Outside. 3 wide. Now
Sorry,
middle,
DJ.
outside. Clear all around, all clear. Side, inside.
he slowed up
Still there.
a little bit more than I thought he would. I thought we'd have time to swing to the middle there,
Still there. Clear, clear.
because I just really want to get past this group of cars.
Side, inside. 3 wide. Side, inside.
Franchitti kind of slid up, looked like.
Stay high.
Oh,
3
come
wide, 3
on,
wide.
Armin, go away.
3 wide. Inside. Still there. 3 wide.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Clear all around, all clear.
Have to get off the wall. Oh, that pretty much killed our day. Damn it. Dude, Mike Harmon, like, why? Never mind. It was either run into the back of Kenny Wallace or just ride up on the wall and try to regroup. 32nd. Well, this is kind of making the decision to run full-time nationwide slightly regrettable. Good thing we got AJ Allmendinger in the wings. Go figure, now that I say that out loud, how I'm not a really big fan of AJ Allmendinger this season. And what am I doing? I have AJ Allmendinger as our nationwide driver for a few select races. That's just... wow, I just realized that. It's not that I hate the guy, I'm just not a massive fan, that's all. And this past year. How far ahead of the leaders are we? Biffle is 8 seconds behind me. Didn't we make contact with Eric McClure at some point, I think, in this race? Wow, we are just plowing. We don't have damage on the car, surprisingly. I guess we just rubbed up on the wall just the right way, but... where are the tires at? They're not yellow yet, surprisingly. But if I had to guess, a lot of these guys probably have yellow tire wear. Is Kenny Wallace just not been able to get to the bottom and he's just falling back here with me? Maybe he just feels bad for being so slow onto the entry of that turn. And he's just like, hey man, let me make it up to you. I'm going to come back. I'm going to let you pass me clean. And then we'll be, you know, best friends.
Still there?
Hell, I'd be friends with Kenny Wallace. He's cool. He did one of those cameo videos for my boss for me for Christmas a couple of years ago. For $15, I think it was. And, you know, I was expecting just a quick, you know, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Did like a minute and a half, showed me his race shop, all that stuff. It was pretty cool. He was, you know, talking about life on the road back when he was a Cup driver. It was a lot more than I thought I was going to get for like 15, or maybe it was 20. I just really want to like to try to get into the top 20 if it's possible. I mean, it is. It's sitting right there in front of us. I can see all of them. 27 laps to go. Realistically, we could still maybe sneak a top 10. A win's pretty much out of the question, barring them pitting for tires or something, but... no, come on, Larry. Get up. Like, come on, man. DJ Kennington, if you block me, I'm not going to get mad. I put you in the wall earlier. Gotta be willing to accept payback. Everyone went very high on their entry, so I'm curious if that was a pit road thing? No, okay. Yeah, I have no idea what it's going to look like when they're coming down pit road. I'd imagine they still use the access road. But it's something I just realized I've not ever seen. So, gotta keep an eye out for that. I wonder if that's gonna create as big a mess as it does at like Homestead. Old used tires, all that crap getting onto the access road. Biffle's 6 seconds behind us now. I don't know if Biffle will catch us. Hoping we can get past enough cars where he won't. I'd like to stay on the lead lap, but running 29th, it's hard to imagine that that's going to be the final result. Wow, had to kind of get on the brakes quick there. Stanton was very slow on that bottom. It's like we can just hang with them, I think, mainly because they're side by side and we're drafting, but I don't feel like we can pass. And I feel like that was the same kind of similar situation we were running into in the truck race at Charlotte.
Outside.
We got a run on Stanton here.
Clear.
Maybe we can keep him spooked up high for the straightaway here. There we go.
5-3. Still there. Clear.
Ugh. It's frustrating to be back here, but I do like the challenge. And it makes me appreciate those 3 wins in a row a whole lot more.
31.
Edwards is up to 6.
Outside.
Kenny, I'm taking that spot. Sorry, buddy.
Still there.
Coleman, don't try.
Still out there. Clear all around. All clear.
Stan Barrett's going to slide under me.
Inside.
And then, is he getting someone under him?
Stay high.
He's running towards the middle, I
Stay
feel
high.
like.
31.
Are we 3 wide? Someone tell me.
Clear all around. All clear. 3 wide. Side. Side. Inside.
And we're going to go around
3
Brad.
wide. Side. Side. 3 wide. Side. Side.
Oh,
Clear all around. All clear. Outside.
did not
Clear
know
all around. All clear.
we were in a top of a Brad sandwich there. Damn it.
Gotta give it 20 to go.
Sorry if that was loud.
7-2. Side.
Kenny,
Side.
Kenny, Kenny,
Stay
Kenny,
high.
Kenny, Kenny, Kenny.
Clear,
Kenny,
clear.
don't touch me.
Inside.
Kenny, Kenny, don't do it. Kenny, Kenny,
Stay high.
Kenny, Kenny,
Stay
Kenny,
high.
Kenny. Can he
3
not
wide.
be that
Side.
close to me?
Side. 3 wide. Stay high. 3 wide. Inside.
Ugh.
Still there.
Now I'm getting frustrated. Just get out of the way, Brad.
2, 3, 6, 3. Clear
Wow,
all
we
around.
got
All clear.
super loose
Still
after
there.
bumping him. We
Clear
get
all around.
caught
All
behind
clear.
one car and it just dumps us to the back of the train that we're trying to pass. Like, that's extremely aggravating. Back to 32nd. What was it, 10 not even laps ago? I was talking about maybe we can make the top 20. It's, you know, even not out of the realm of possibility, a top 10. That's pretty much done, but stay up there, Hamilton. I'm going under
Still
Wallace.
there. Clear.
No. No. You can chase me to the apron. I don't care. I'm frustrated. Go high. Tired of y'all poking underneath me and passing me. I'll go slow off the exit just to hold you up from getting underneath me. No. Go away, Bobby Hamilton.
31. Stay 4.
Drove in way too deep. Man, we're coming off way too hard for these tires, I feel like. Get back up to them. I mean, we got, yeah, I mean, obviously we have damage. We smacked the wall pretty good. You can just hear the tires just screaming. They're like, please stop. It's like Kyle Busch yelling at his pit crew. Or Bubba Wallace yelling at his pit crew.
31. 6. 03.
What do we got? 14 to go. Greg Biffle's only a second behind us, so there goes the lead lap finish hopes. What a terrible start to our Nashville Super Speedway career. We didn't qualify that bad. Speaking of back qualifying, yikes. Martinsville for the Cup race. Yeah, that it's bittersweet because I'm like, all right, cool, like we aren't gonna run away, but it's like, all right, cool, are we just gonna get our ass whooped? Oh, come on, please get a good run on Gonsolman so we can get under him. Why is Rudiman just chilling on the racetrack? We're gonna dive bomb Gonsolman here a little bit. Hope that it sticks. Of course it's not going to, because, you know, that's what we wanted to do. Am I gonna try fighting Biffle? Maybe for a lap or a turn. Go. We'll just try to follow Biffle. How's that sound? I mean, he is spanking the field. He has got a 7-second lead, and then it's another 18 seconds back to third place Carl Edwards. Like, Greg Biffle definitely ate his Wheaties before coming to Nashville. I believe Sauter's already a lap down. Yep. I don't know if our tires are going to make it 10 more laps, if I'm being 110% honest. And we've saved an additional 7 laps of fuel than we could, you know, from where we were projected to go to begin with. So we are definitely not trying to overdo it, but I'll just run you right down to the apron, Bobby. I'm not giving up that spot very easily. But I might have to if I'm going to try to make it on these tires. Wow, I did not realize we ripped through the right front that fast. You don't see it that often for us, where we have a real struggle bus day, but we are having one here at Nashville, that is for sure. You think you're so fast? Go.
Clear all around, all clear.
Stephen Walls, he's 40th, a lap down. He must, he's got fresh tires, that's why. Like, how is he just blazing past us? Isn't, like, he a lap now? Fresh tires. We gotta go 8 more laps. We're definitely gonna need a slightly looser setup next time we come here for Nationwide. Be curious to see what we get come in here. I believe we come here in the trucks. I know we still got like 10 years before we come here in Cup, but 10 in-game years, probably realistically about 3 years before we do in real life. I figure 09, or excuse me, we're in 08 starting. So 08, and because there's so many races in this series, I mean, we're even trying to get it out to 3 days a week. I mean, we could probably move to 5, but like, no. I try to just stay a season ahead. But if for some reason I manage to be able to get far enough ahead, if I'm going to do 5 days a week, I'm going to want to be like a couple seasons ahead. But that's, like, I've already explained why I do that. But yeah, I feel like in 2023 we'll get the 08 season out, 09 season for sure, and then we're going to try to see if we can sneak in 2010. And then starting off 2024, we'll have probably the 11 season. Realistically, I would like to get into that one in 2023 as well. Wow, this thing just does not want to really turn. I feel like we're just at the very tail end of this right front tire. So all reality, it's probably good we went a lap down. Not what we thought we were gonna get. But I'm not upset about seeing Greg win. Obviously, he's our teammate in the Truck Series, so congratulations. He's got a 9-second lead. I don't really see that changing. Jason Leffler, Morgan Shepherd are only DNFs for the day. We have no oomph off of these turns anymore.
Clear right there, 2 to go. 32, 3, 3,
That doesn't seem like anybody does because we are all so slow. We're almost 2 seconds off of our fastest lap. We're at 32.3. Our fastest was a 30.6. So, full tire run, or fuel run, looks like it's about 2-second time difference. Which I like because it opens up the door for strategy. Alright, we just gotta hold on to this last spot over Bobby Hamilton, but we are so tight and he is coming like a rabid animal trying to get to us. I have no idea why I use that as a reference, but I am not letting him pass easily. Oh, this thing is not turning. The right front is cooked. Alright, we got him. 30th. So, Greg Biffle gets the win. David Reagan second. Brad Baker, Carl Edwards, Bobby Labonte, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Scott Wimmer, Casey Kane, and Brian Clausen rounds out the top 10. Eventful day. Unfortunately, not a very good day for us, but we'll see how things go in the Cup Series at Martinsville. So until then, have a good one. And thank you for all the, love and support, subscriptions, likes, comments, all that. Have a good one.